In the year 1550 BC, the first rumored transplant was written down into history. It was actually called the Miracle of the Black Leg. In the story, the Christian patron saints of medicine and surgery, Saint Cosmas and Saint Damian, performed leg surgery on a Roman deacon. This deacon had cancer in one of his legs, so the Christian saints removed his leg and sewed on the leg of an Ethiopian man who had recently died. Now, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this story because many believe it's actually not true. But either way, it actually inspired generations of doctors to get creative with organ transplants. In 1817, a French physician named Henri Dutrochet wrote a letter to a French medical journal about an interesting procedure he was told about. Apparently, over in India, a soldier in the army had been very naughty. So naughty that he was given the punishment of having his nose cut off. So the soldier was, of course, mortified. So he went to an Indian surgeon in the area to surgically reconstruct his nose. Maybe you remember, but we did talk about this procedure briefly in our plastic surgery episode, remember? I'll link it down below if you want to watch. Anyways, but the soldier told the medical team to do whatever they had to do to fix his nose. So the medical team told him to turn around and drop his pants. And it sounds like a joke, but this is serious. They said, drop your pants. And they decided to get the skin needed for his nose from his butt cheeks. Yeah, apparently he had, you could say a full behind, This is their technique. Okay, listen. They start smacking his butt as hard as they could with an old shoe. And the goal was to have the butt cheeks swell, okay? Because if they swell, you have more to work with, I guess, It sounds fake, but this is real. This is history. As soon as it was swollen enough, the team took a knife, they cut out a triangular piece of skin, and then they surgically placed it on the man's nose. So he's really like a butt face. Yeah, whoa. So they put it on the guy's face, and they seal the man's butt nose with plaster. And ta-da! He was cured. Apparently, the man healed so well that he was actually able to return to the army. This story uncovered the incredible medical techniques Indian doctors had been using for hundreds of years. It's just kind of funny to imagine your butt on your face. But no one has to know, but we all know. For the rest of the 1800s, most organ transplants were exclusively skin related. Your skin, if you don't know, is the largest organ on your body. Fun fact. But doctors wanted to take the next step and go for something bigger. So they went after the kidney. In 1906, a surgeon named Dr. Matthew Jaboulet performed the first ever kidney transplant in a human. But there wasn't a line of people waiting to give up their perfectly good kidney, Everyday people thought the whole idea of organ transplants was really morbid and no one wanted to be a part of it. So the surgeon turned to the animals he had near him. The closest ones he had near him were a pig and a goat. He's like, that's what I got to work with. Pigs and goats, they were already part of the food supply in the area. So there were a ton of them and they were available. They had nothing on their schedule. So he was like, why not? Let's try this. Dr. Jaboulet put a goat kidney in one person, and then he took a pig kidney and put it in the other person or another person. But sadly, both experiments were unsuccessful. Over the next few years, several surgeons performed over 100 versions of animal to human kidney transplants. They even tried using monkey kidneys, but the patients, unfortunately, they died right away. In 1933, there was a Ukrainian doctor named Dr. Yuri Voronoi who performed the first successful human-to-human kidney transplant. Define successful, you say? Well, they lived for a few days, A few days is better than nothing. So doctors, they're like, okay, we're onto something though, right? So they kept experimenting until finally it seemed like they had cracked the code.